what would you say are some of the main mainstream misconceptions about the situation in Afghanistan?
Yeah, we could do a whole podcast on that. But I would say that we didn't lose Afghanistan. There was nothing to win. I think that Afghanistan was a forgotten war once we invaded Iraq. And I'm out of politics these days. I don't really get into politics anymore. I will say that I don't think that we should have invaded Iraq. I think it was a really bad idea. But Afghanistan was forgotten. I mean, we're talking uh like almost less than 18 months after 9/11, we're rolling in across the Burman from Kuwait into Iraq, and Afghanistan suddenly was a forgotten war, almost like Korea until 2009, when Iraq started to quiet down. So people just forgot about Afghanistan for like 6 or 7 years, and it wasn't on anyone's radar. I mean, I was in video teleconferences in Iraq, in Baghdad, and the Afghan guys would come on and they would say something, and people would literally kind of chuckle because no one cared what they said because that war didn't matter. So I think that that completely changed the tone of what we could have done in Afghanistan or should have done. Uh, I think that going in to get rid of Al Qaeda, it kind of had to happen because Afghanistan was like this virtual buffet of terrorism. It wasn't just Al Qaeda. It was, you had like 50 different, terrorist groups from almost every region of the world. That's why the whole world was happy for us to go do this thing after 9/11. So how we left Afghanistan this last time and how it ended, I know people that died when that happened. I mean, there were people that I knew from my time there, Afghans. And it was a tragic way to see it end the way that it did. I'm not saying that we should have stayed. But how it happened was, I don't think, a great thing. Um, but I can say this, and I would want people to know this. When I was there, when an Afghan looked at you, didn't matter if they were Taliban, didn't matter if they were government, Afghan government, side, whatever side they were on, when they looked at you, it wasn't like they were looking at you like they would beat you. It was like they were looking through you in a way that they knew that they'd already won. Like, and that they didn't care that we were there in any meaningful sort of way. Um, it's a different place. I mean, we're talking about a landlocked country with deserts and mountains. So I think that Afghanistan, I call it the swamp of sadness. It's a very sad place. And we weren't, we can't lose something when there is really no definition of victory, right?